To say the TV landscape has changed in the past decade is the understatement of a lifetime. Looking back at the last 10 years, it's easy to see why. The medium of television is delivering some of its best content ever, even rivaling film in terms of quality and execution. Your friendly neighborhood IGN entertainment team took on the daunting task of narrowing down what we consider to be the best TV shows of the past 10 years. We're breaking down 20 of the best here, but for our full list, be sure to head over to IGN.com for what we have selected as the top 100 TV shows of the decade. We want to know what you think too, so sound off your favorites in the comments.
How's everybody doing? I don't suppose you boys are unarmed.
The dialogue in Justified is punchy, the stakes are high, and we get a protagonist and an antagonist who are so clearly cut from the same cloth that you can easily see them swapping sides if not for their opposing sense of morality. Not since the heyday of The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits have we been so enthralled by a sci-fi themed anthology series. Every episode of Black Mirror explores the impact of advanced technology on our society in some way, and has that loose framework that has resulted in all sorts of fascinating stories.
How do we get the word out? You lure people in with something flashy and fun. Once they're in, you wow them with your product.
Bob's Burgers doesn't have a high concept. An animated series about a family owning a burger joint feels like a fairly pedestrian pitch. But the central cast is so joyful and wonderfully irreverent that it's impossible to not fall in love with them and the series as a whole.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire.
Forget how you feel about the ending. Game of Thrones was arguably the biggest scripted TV cultural phenomenon of the decade. Game of Thrones is to television what Lord of the Rings was to movies, a massively popular series that also managed to sweep the most prestigious award shows around. Valor Morghulis.
Hey, Aaron, where are you? Where is Aaron right now?
Besides being irresistibly funny, Key and Peele's vignettes were clever, socially aware, and lampooned everything from pop culture to racial stereotypes in ways that felt inclusive and gave us permission to laugh at our differences. Strong characters, compelling storylines, heartfelt humor, gorgeous animation, this show had it all. That's not to mention Legend of Korra's fantastic world building, which took Avatar's lore to new and exciting heights. In a word, Legend of Korra was special.
This work can be too much for people, even the best ones. It's just that somewhere, I don't exactly know how, something got lost.
The fact that a show as good as The Americans was on the air for 6 seasons without mainstream notoriety is a testament to what a great age of television we're in. The Americans burned so slowly that it wasn't until a few seasons in that you realized you were actively rooting for the bad guys, even though you know it should go the other way around. Shouldn't it?
There is only one way you will forgive Will Graham.
I have to eat him.
Thanks to creator Brian Fuller, this dark, brooding crime drama redefined what we thought was possible on network TV, feeling more at home on HBO than NBC. Hannibal kept us hooked thanks to the twisted rapport between Hugh Dancy's Will Graham and Mads Mikkelsen's ruthless Dr. Lecter.
Rick, we did it! We got it! Hurry up, Morty, get in! Chachi, Morty.
Adult Swim's critical darling has grown to be one of the smartest, funniest, and sharpest TV shows on the air. But it's not just insane adventures through space and reality. Where Rick and Morty really brings it all together is that you truly care about each character, from Rick, Morty, and Jerry all the way to Mr. Poopy Butthole, Bird Person, and Mr. Meeseeks.
From the moment the meat hits the flame, my stomach is growling without any shame. And I know in my gut it's been worth the $5.95.
No one can deny the unbridled wholesomeness that Steven Universe radiates in absolutely every frame. Part superhero sci-fi fantasy, part coming-of-age teen comedy, and most importantly, all heart. Steven Universe helped redefine what a, quote, children's show could be.
It's not the Minnesota I grew up in, I tell you that.
Noah Hawley understands the trademark Coen brothers alchemy of putting normal people into perverse situations and perverse people into normal ones. With that knowledge, the savvy choice to give Fargo seasons an anthological format and some truly inspired casting from Hawley made the impossible possible. A Fargo television show worthy of the hallowed name.
I'm not Jesus. I'm not saying you are, but the beard looks good on you.
The Leftovers cemented its legacy as one of the best TV shows of all time, with a third and final season filled with humor, heartache, and unique personal madness that was both baffling and relatable.
Jesus Christ.
Ever since shows like Battlestar Galactica and Stargate Universe left the airways, there has been a void of quality space-based science fiction entertainment. The Expanse, based on a series of books from Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, is the science fiction space opera TV series that we've been waiting for.
All right, you know Erica?
White Erica or black Erica?
Nah, mixed Erica.
Oh yeah, I know mixed Erica. She's cute.
I like her. I have a crush on her.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that you're,
Lebanese?
Aziz Ansari's breadth of creative potential became fully realized with the show he co-created with Alan Yang, Master of None. It's there that Ansari made a huge splash as a writer, storyteller, and a performer with a superb series that was original in look, tone, and voice.
He made me shoot him. He kept saying I wasn't real. It was almost as if he were a different person.
Mr. Robot may be a show about a mentally unstable hacker trying to revolutionize the world, but its true strength lies not in the story, but its main character, played by Rami Malek. Yes, the plot is devilishly twisty, the visual style is unnerving in the best way, the score is pitch perfect, and even the hacking is technically sound. But Malek's performance is just so captivating, this show could probably be about anything else and it'd still be just as good.
This is Paperboard, and you're tuned into the Fresh Mix Rap playlist. Long live Fresh.
Donald Glover's Atlanta is one of the most imaginative shows on TV, effectively blending real-world issues with elements of fantasy. Glover's exploration of the rap industry in inner-city Atlanta touches on topics of race, socioeconomic issues, and the highs and lows of trying to become successful. Bolstered by an impressive supporting cast and lots of surprise cameos, Atlanta is always surprising and never cliché.
We're ready for you, Your Majesty. 3, 2, 1.
One might think a streaming series chronicling the early years of Britain's still living royal family would be a tepid and unsurprising affair. But The Crown has made these stuffy public figures flesh and blood human beings that viewers everywhere could feel for and relate to, despite their many shortcomings.
You know when you've done everything, and you've even...
Do you want to have sex?
No. And you feel great. And even though your sister still hates you,
Thank you.
you're pretending to be friends because your dad is... I'm joking, he's just there.
Here's to love.
There's no comedy quite as honest or frequently surprising as Amazon's Fleabag. With 6 perfectly crafted episodes per its 2 seasons, it makes for a brief but deliciously satisfying binge.
We are no one. We are everyone. And we are invisible.
Bringing together the best of both Lost and The Leftovers, Damon Lindelof assembled an impressive, perfectly cast ensemble of actors to do the undoable. He made a follow-up to the best graphic novel of all time that not only paid respectful homage to the source material, but also encouraged a thoughtful re-examination of the original text that elevates it with this added what-if context. Not bad for a show that features a naked blue guy.
All of the good we did, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that to them, justice was done. See, a just world is a sane world.
HBO's Chernobyl is a brilliant and emotionally draining dive into a real-life horrific event. While the horrors of Chernobyl might be difficult to stomach, the narrative journey is worth sticking around for, even if it causes you to squirm from time to time. So those are 20 of our picks for the best TV shows of the decade. Be sure to go back to IGN.com to read our complete list of the 100 best series of the past 10 years. And if you want more TV, here's a breakdown of the best reviewed shows on Netflix in 2019, as well as why Watchmen won IGN's TV Show of the Year. That's a wrap on TV in 2019, but keep it locked on IGN for all your TV needs for the next decade. And be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.